So this is kind of weird, but I thought I would test out this new microphone that I've got. It's a lapel mic. I had one before and I wasn't impressed by it, but I've got a new one. So if I'm not impressed by this one, then you'll never see this video. But I thought, while I chop this unruly tree so that I can get behind my shed again, I thought might as well have a chat. And I know there's a few lives going on at the moment, but I'll catch up with those later. It's like, I don't know, 8 PM, something like that. It's pretty windy, so I think this is a good test. What I don't like about lapel mics is they rub, so I think you get like noise from your clothes. So probably not a good option for dog walking. And it is pretty weird because it just looks to everybody else like I'm talking to a tree. I'm not talking to you. So I thought, while I do this, I've been having a ponder this afternoon, and I've been pondering about Sheriff Ronnie Lawson saying to Michelle, the retired Hawkins County Sheriff's Office worker, that what he wants YouTube to do is, and I'm paraphrasing, is to find out why it took Candice 4 hours to call 911. And it's a very good question. So let's think about it. And I mentioned it in my video today on Michelle After Dark. But as this is going on Michelle Walks, then just give you a little bit of a backstory. So Ziggy and Benny, Ziggy's panel, Benny was on there. And this lady who Ziggy had spoken to before, who's a retired person from Hawkins County, came on panel and said, dropped a bombshell. Benny and Ziggy seemed very surprised, and yeah, so was I. And because you see, Sheriff Ronnie Lawson has been pretty negative about social media, hasn't he? Up to now, you know. I think he wishes the YouTubers would just go away, quite frankly. That's the impression I get, really, to be honest. But does he really mean that? I think he does. Not under any illusion that Sheriff Ronnie Lawson is going to come and appeal to YouTube to say, please do my job for me. We can't work it out after 11 months, so, you know, let you guys have a go. I'm under no illusion whatsoever. We can't solve the case, guys, come on. How can we solve the case? We've got no access to police files. There's more drama and BS than anything else. But what YouTube does have an advantage of, these are tough branches. You can't see me doing this, but that's a tough branch. I'm going to work around it. These shears are getting a bit blunt, to be honest. So, some new ones, really. But what YouTube has the advantage of is we don't have to play by the rules. Law enforcement do. Right? So there is certain advantages in getting YouTubers to do these interviews, watch them, and wait. Play the long game to see whether anybody incriminates themselves. And I'm pretty sure that that's what they've been doing all along, right? But they're frustrated. 11 months. Detective John Pruitt has said we're no further forward than we were from day one. And I can believe it. Can't believe it. I'm going to have to like step back and see exactly what I'm doing to this tree. I only want it so I can get by here into this little corner. I don't mind if it's lopsided at all, to be honest. It's a privet. It won't mind if I butcher it, because these grow like you wouldn't believe. Anyway, I mean, all this, of course, is if what this Michelle is saying is true. And I've no reason to believe she isn't true. She isn't telling the truth. But there's, you see, there's this 4 hours now, rather than 3 hours. But makes sense of Leslie Earhart's last, early afternoon, that comment, which on the 24th of June didn't really mean very much, did it? And then people get wrapped up in the drama and the BS, and they don't concentrate on the old stuff. They don't concentrate on the basics because they think they've heard it all before. But it's the basics that you have to continue to go back to. Not for content, but for genuine investigation. So there's that. But you know what? I think, in truthfulness, I think probably Sheriff Ronnie Lawson was talking to an old friend. He said it out of frustration. He said it out of, he's tired. Michelle says it's getting him down. His officers are tired. His officers are jaded. There's probably a certain amount of pressure with it being an election year. I mean, I know he's like standing, what are you doing? Stands unopposed, this guy, doesn't he? But, you know, still. TBI will be on his case. All eyes are on him, on his office. He's frustrated. He wants it done. We all want it done. Believe it or not. Someone asked me in my comments, what will I do when Summerwell's case is solved? Well, I'll just carry on as normal. Because this person admitted to only seeing a few snippets of my work. Loads of other cases on the go. Yeah, Summerwell's case dominates. Because it's taken a life of its own on. But I want this case solved. I hope Summer's found. Tomorrow, tonight, ASAP, alive and well. I still hold out some hope of that one. But you know what? It's a difficult one. And, you know, those guys in Hawkins County Sheriff's Office, that's their job. They're living and breathing this every day. I can check out whenever I like and do another case, or I might never even mention the name Summer Wells again, ever. If I want to, I could do that. But they can't. They can't do that. I suppose they can resign and do another different job, but you know what I mean. You get the gist of what I mean, don't you? That is really lopsided. But at least I can get behind here now. This big stick is in my way though. That'll do. Solve my problem, what I wanted to do. get behind my shed. You always go a little bit further than you thought you were going to do. Get that one off and that one. Might tidy up tomorrow. Or maybe I won't. I don't know. Yeah, so there's that. There's all that. Got the shed tour one of these days. Not much in here. So yeah, summary. It's frustrated. Maybe somewhat sarcastic. Off the cuff comment. Probably knew it'd find its way onto YouTube. In fact, I'm positive he knew it'd find its way onto YouTube. Because you never know. Somebody not playing by the rules in the YouTube world might well do what law enforcement can't. You never know. Ultimately, we're all here for the same reason, to find some of those. The only people who don't want to find are those that are involved, whoever they may be. So, I'm going to say goodbye. Goodbye for now. Don't know how much of this you saw. Microphone test complete.